What do you think of? I feel like you were kind of the first. Were you the first like Rogan comic?
No,
No.
there was others.
You were pretty early though.
No, he'd always like ask guys to open for him. Diaz was before me. There was other guys too. Mike Young, Matt Kirsch, Duncan.
Yeah.
I think Duncan was before me.
What do you think of just like the whole Rogan effect?
I mean, listen, maybe you opened for Pete Davidson and didn't know that he just stopped doing stand-up.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You got lucky that you're fucking that somebody who's probably became the most powerful man in fucking
Media,
broadcasting.
yeah.
It wasn't like we planned for that.
Right.
But
right.
it was cool that some fucking headliner would take you on the road with them, and he'd buy you meals when you couldn't afford them.
Right.
Yeah, he'd be like, put
Hey,
the money away,
when-
put the money
when-
away. I'm like, no. You feel bad at first. Like, let me chip in. He goes, dude, I get it. It's not a power move.
Yeah.
You just shouldn't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. That's-
I just try to pay him back by treating poor comics, because I can't pay a guy back who has,
everything.
own estate money.
I mean, that's the way to do it. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Right. Pay forward sort of thing.
Yeah.
What has he when he like puts guys on? Is it ever like a conversation where he's like, I think you're great and I want you up next, or is it just like, hey, I want you to come on my show? Like it's not. Is it a more orchestrated thing than it?
I think it's an extension of how it used to be, where it would be like, hey, you're really funny, man.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, dude.
And now he just has the ability.
We're just that, even as a young comic, and I kind of forget now that I've become a headliner, what that means to a young comic.
Right.
Like, you're still just shredded. I saw Louis C.K. once, before all this stuff that happened, at the Cellar, and he was doing a set, and he kind of like looked down like this, and he was like, there's fucking crumbs on me. And then he was like, the fuck is wrong with me? There's just crumbs resting on the outcropping of my dumb fucking fat belly. And it was just like, I'm like, that's just a schmendrick. If he didn't have wealth or fame, you'd be like, who's this disgusting redhead fatty? And because stuff was put on him. So just that alone of like a headliner going, hey, that was really funny.
Yeah.
I was on news radio. That was like, thanks, man. Carlin used to do that. He would come in the back and ask people to get off. He's like, that was really great. He knew who was George Carlin. He knew what it meant for George Carlin to be telling you that was a funny set.
Carlin told you that was great?
Nope.
but other people.
He told other people. And he also wouldn't throw it around when it wasn't warranted.
Yeah. Well, that's good though, because it means
exactly,
something,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you walk by, you're like, oh, maybe you didn't hear me. You walk back, walk forth to get entire shoes. I'm like, damn it, he's dying. I knew I bombed. But yeah, just doing that alone, and then just being cool, just be an example of someone who was like, he was just on a TV show, on like a 25th ranked TV show, just a semi-celebrity. Everybody's bigger now than he was then.
Right.
But there weren't as many people. So just that alone. And then he was like, you want to come on the road with me one time? And, yeah, okay. And then just like showing you how to be, showing you how to take chances on stage. That part was all the cool part. That was all way before the podcast.
Right.
He couldn't do anything for you. He got Man Show. He got one friend to writer job. You know what I mean? He had no power. So it was all the same thing. So this now is just an extension of that, where it's like, well, I do have this thing.
Yeah.
So if he sees like a funny comic, like he saw like this lady Laura Bites late night once at the store, she's like, oh, damn, she was fucking late night at the store. Sometimes you see people just crushing in front of nobody, and you're just like happy to be done drinking or smoking weed. You come back up and somebody's fucking just, and you're like, this is hilarious. And he's like, oh, it was so funny. Hey, you want to come on my podcast next week or something?
Yeah.
Or you get in their head. But it's not like, no, it's not orchestrated like, I'm going to put you over.
Right.